Okay, welcome again to Motor Radical. What I'm going to show you now, in the previous videos, we've shown you how to fit our top box bracket. Obviously, once you've got a top box on, you would also want to fit some panniers onto the bike. Again, on the touring pack, when you have the touring pack, the fitment is different to the non-touring pack. This installation I'm going to show you now is when you do have the touring pack, you fitted the small top box bracket, how to fit the pannier frames. We're going to start by fitting the mounting brackets at the bottom here, and then once that's in place, we'll fit the rest of the pannier frames. I'll start by opening the box, show you what you get inside the box. Okay, so inside the box we have the left hand and right hand frames, and we have our back stay, and we've got a little packet with the bolts, washers, and some Loctite that we need to use. So I'm going to show you how to mount these brackets, the two front one brackets first. So I'm going to remove them. Okay, so these two brackets will mount like this, left hand and right hand, and the pannier frame will mount here once we've mounted these. Okay, again, you need a T40 torque socket to remove these bolts. I've got a little trick where I loosen both, I take one out, put the bracket in, and then do the other side so that I don't have the whole assembly that I need to line up and everything. So first things first is I'm going to loosen these. Okay, take this one out. So now the assembly stays there. I take this and I put my bolt through there, and I line it up in there. Okay, and I just hand tighten that. Just get it into there. Okay, and now I loosen the bottom one. Tight there. Still tight. Okay, let's that bolt out. Okay, put that through there, and then put it back in. Okay, now don't fasten these. As you can see, we've got adjustment on these brackets, so that you can adjust if you need to when you mount the pannier frames. Let's get these close to all the way in. Okay, still got adjustment there. Okay, so that's this side. The other side, very similar. The only thing there, we do have the exhaust that's also in our way a little bit, but I'll show you what we do there. If you want to come around this side. Okay, so on this side, the only difference is I remove the exhaust as well, or this bolt that holds the exhaust in place. and actually holds the license disc holder. Okay, we remove that, and we just need it to be loose there, so it doesn't hold the bracket in place. And then again, the same with these two bolts here. There we go. Okay, and then again, this one goes in on this side. So we put the bolt through the bracket. It lined up again. Just get my bolt entered in there. That's straight. So just now to the front. Get the bolt out. Line up my bracket. Put the bolt back in. Okay. See, this one went in straight. It felt skew. That's fine. Okay, I'm just going to hand tighten them now. So I've got movement. Whoop, that's too tight for that. There. Okay, I've got movement there. Okay, and I can put my exhaust bracket back. Just take note, the nut at the back slides to the side. You're going to try and line it up and it's not there. So just make sure you've moved it to the center again and that it enters it properly. There we go. And I'm going to fasten this because I don't need that loose. Move it down. Okay, so that's our front mounting brackets in place and done. Okay, so once you've mounted the front mounting brackets to the left-hand and right-hand side, the next you need to do is to mount the actual frames. So I'll show you how to do that now. I've removed the wrapping so long off the frames. These are the two frames. They are basically symmetrical. BMW has thought a little bit about the exhaust this time, and they've moved the exhaust down so you can actually fit a full pannier to the left and the right hand side of the bike. So I'll start with the left hand side. Inside the packaging, you would have found a little packet with two bolts in them, Allen cap bolts. They actually replaced these bolts here. It's your choice whether you want to use the BMW bolt or the bolt that we've supplied. Either way would work. But just remember to put some Loctite on. Okay, so I'm going to remove this bolt here. So on the touring pack, it's the back one. I'm going to remove this one here. And it's quite a long bolt. As you can see. Okay, and it's the same bolt. I prefer using the BMW one, then I know it's the original product. Okay, put some Loctite on it so long before I put the frame on. Okay, at one side. Okay, so the bolt goes through the hole there, goes in there, and you enter it at the top. Okay, and then Just need to put this at the bottom. Line it up. Murphy. Okay. That's what the adjustment is for, so you can get to the hole. Okay. Into this. Again, I'm not going to fasten everything to the max. I'm just going to get it to the close to the tight fastening point. We still need to remember we're still loose over here, so that we can get everything nicely lined up. I like to work when we've got slots in it to work to the center of the slots, even on those there, so I can work to the center of the slots if I can, so that everything lines up both sides properly. Okay, so there it's more or less in place. We'll do the same on the other side with the bracket for the right hand side. I come around this side. I'll remove this bolt here again. And you'll notice I'm using a small ratchet. The reason for that is so that you don't over tighten things. All this is cast aluminium. One is supposed to use a torque wrench for all of this, but not everyone has torque wrenches lying around in their garages. So I use a small ratchet so that you cannot put that much force onto the bolts and just fasten them properly. Okay, so this one out. Again, let me take this one out so long. You need that just now. Okay, put some Loctite on here. You'll notice I don't put Loctite on this bolt here. This is stainless steel, and the nut is stainless steel as well. Stainless steel on stainless steel tends to seize. So the last thing you want is to have some Loctite to help you seize it in the process. So I don't put Loctite there. Ideally, you want to put some copper slip if you have, or a little bit of grease, just to help the process there. I'm not doing it in this case, but that would be suggested. Okay, this is a little bit in my way here. I'm going to move that down. Just move it down a little bit so it's just out of my way. My cops can still read it. There you go. Into the front one. Okay, I'm just going to get this entered all the way. Okay, there we go. And the last thing we need to do is put our brace through at the back here. I'll show you now how to do that. Just get it. This is the brace that goes through the back here, supports it at the back. The bolts and nuts would be attached to it already. It is a lock nut, so you don't need to put Loctite on there. This one and this one. Okay, I prefer putting the pipe on the inside. It looks neater. And then I would put the bolt through from the back with a washer on. A washer and a nut. And that side. Washer and the nut. Okay, and then I would stand back and look from behind and see if everything looks square and upright. That looks very nice to me. If you're happy with that, you can start fastening things. Just where's my Allen cap? Okay, I'm doing this side so long. Pull that in tight there. Pull this one tight here. Okay, let's go to the opposite side. Fasten there. Allen cap. Fasten it there. Okay, so once all that's done, last thing we need to fasten is these two bolts at the bottom here for the torque, and then we'll come to the back. That one. And this side as well. Right, okay. Last thing, as I said, we want to fasten these at the back here. Sorry, I must just get my 13 spanner. 13 spanner. Okay. Okay, and then we just fasten these. Push it over a little bit just to keep it nice and center. Side. There you go. And that's your frames in place. Nice and sturdy and strong. Okay. And just show you how the boxes fit on. Got two boxes here. As I mentioned earlier, we can fit two full pannier boxes on here. So on the right hand side, we'll fit this one. All right, there it is, nice and place. And then on the right hand side, same in place. And there's your pannier boxes fitted onto your 1300GS with the touring pack, obviously, in your top box as per the top box bracket video. I can put one on quick. Just show you what the whole set looks like. There's all your boxes fitted on you. Motor Radical boxes fitted on the 1300GS with a touring pack. And I think that looks really sexy. But I am biased.